powered by Riverside.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy GQ, and I'm here with Boulevard once again. We're here to give you another great episode of Live from the Bench, baby.
Live from the bench, baby.
Boulevard, how you doing, man? How you doing?
You know me, I'm good. I'm over here watching the old Street Fighter. Remember, like John Hall Van Damme and Raul Julia, R.I.P. Gomez. Yeah.
I think we should do another Ninjas at the Movies episode.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably won't be able to let the fans watch, but it don't matter.
Yeah, they could, there's workarounds, there's loopholes and all that.
Yeah.
Right. How are you, GQ?
I'm good, but I can't help but laugh at some of the stories that's going on.
Yeah.
Most significantly, what's his name?
Will Smith?
No, not Will Smith.
You were the paint. You were the canvas.
Yeah. I am a Libra, but I identify as a Cancer.
Yeah, we should get him a cake that says "At least you tried."
This story with the dude Darrell Housh Doucette.
Housh, yeah,
the Housh douche. That's what I call him. The Housh,
the mighty Housh. I call him the mighty Housh.
He basically he's upset that he's not the face of the USA flag team. He's the only one to make a comment about it, to my knowledge. The only one who's made a comment to my knowledge. And basically what's going on is he's saying that he doesn't think that the NFL players should be entitled to represent the NFL in the U.S. flag competition.
Why not?
That's the question. That is the question. So one thing I'm curious about is like, is your team that good to where you think that your team would be that much better without NFL players, like represent like the best of the best in the world? Because I'm not willing to take that chance,
Mm-hmm.
Like when it comes to the best and the best of the world, I'm always gonna go after the people that pay. I mean, the people that they pay to represent the world. Like when you're talking about quarterbacks, I don't think anybody is thinking about Darrell Housh Doucette. Nobody. And that's no disrespect to his body of work in the flag world, but nobody is thinking about him or the people he plays. Like NFL players, bigger, faster, stronger. Like there's nothing to them learning the game of flag football. Like, yes.
No, I mean, they played at the highest levels. They have the highest IQs in the sport for the most part. They've seen it all, especially quarterbacks.
Yes.
So it's not like any quarterback with 2 days, any pro quarterback, or maybe even any D1 quarterback for the most part. Any starting D1 quarterback, give them 3-4 days of training, they could take his spot and maybe even the other quarterback spot, because as we're going to get into, we're going to try to explain it a little for the noobs, the fantasy football, the plebeians, the ignorant. We're going to try to kind of explain it. It ain't going to make sense. Sum it up this way. If you played NFL Street, you know what flag football looks like. So
and another argument I have with this is the NFL's kind of been preparing their players for this because, they changed the Pro Bowl to a flag football game. And I think it's been going on for about 3 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if the guys somewhat have an idea of what's going on, of how this works. I mean, I'm pretty sure Roger Goodell and the competition committee haven't looked at the actual flag football rules and been like, all right, let's put it in there. And now you've got 4 more years to start prepping these guys. Mr. Doucette, your time is up. my man, because these guys are already starting their training. They're already starting their process 3 years ago when they started doing flag football as opposed to the NFL Pro Bowl.
So he says that like any player from the NFL would have come in, he would fight to keep his job. It wouldn't be easy. He thinks he's the superior player in flag because he understands the game more. That's fact.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't remain that way for very long.
Yeah.
What he knows would be picked up by any other quarterback, at least at the pro level, maybe D1 level, which is farther than he himself played.
Yes.
And if he had played at D1, he damn sure wasn't playing quarterback.
Right.
I mean, he's the size of Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless you want to see like Spud Webb out there trying to play basketball, trying to play football, then your average quarterback would probably be a superior talent in it.
Yes. I see players that I play that I manage on my team here in my organization. I can see any of these guys. These guys play flag football as well on the side, so I'm sure they can probably compete at a higher level than Mr. Doucette.
It seems it's more suited to your. As far as the quarterbacks in that league, you could probably, as far as NFL level, you could probably make do with a running back even. Mm-hmm. Because from what I've looked at, the little research I've done on the national team, both quarterbacks are fairly small. Like they're both about 5'8" and less.
Yes.
So if that's a requirement, then we could be looking at like a Tariq Cohen or someone of that nature, one of the smaller running backs, D. Sproles, somebody like that going out there to play quarterback. Even in that case, it would still take no less than a week for them to catch up schematically to the knowledge of Doucette.
Yes. Because it's not like you have to learn how to read defenses in flag football. That's not at all what it is. I don't think there's essentially a playbook that's like as vast as the NFL playbook, which brings me to that comment made by Doucette saying that he has a higher football IQ than Patrick Mahomes, which is utter lunacy. Like
in flag as it currently stands, yeah, but that wouldn't last long.
Yeah, it's just like, because I feel like, for one, just Patrick Mahomes' just ability to read an NFL defense, I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem dissecting a flag football defense. Right. Because all he really has to do is just drop back and throw the ball. That's like the simplest of it. Like, there may be other nuances and like tricks to the game.
There's a guy you get blitzed. I'm pretty sure you get blitzed every play.
Yeah,
there's one guy that can rush you every play.
Yeah, but then and of itself, even with it, he doesn't have to do anything special.
No,
like if Patrick Mahomes wanted to, if he was in Doucette's position, Patrick Mahomes can literally take a snap and then throw it. And 9 times out of 10, you give him an NFL receiver, and it's an automatic mismatch. Nobody on a flag football team
like that behind the back pass Mahomes did to Kelsey in the last preseason game.
Yeah,
he could do that to the other quarterback because there's 2 quarterbacks on the field on every play. So you could just back lateral that to the other quarterback. Quarterback can make the throw. I mean, it's a pretty interesting thing to behold, to watch an actual flag football game, especially at the highest levels. It's like, NFL Street probably does it a disservice, but that's the best thing I could compare it to, where they're like just playing around the way.
And I just want to say this. I'm not discrediting Doucette's body of work. I'm not discrediting all he's done in representing the USA flag football team.
But he's also a state champion bowler.
A state champion bowler. Like, that guy. I'm not discrediting what he's done, but what I'm saying is to come
Mhm.
out your mouth thinking that you're any competition to these guys that do this. That's where you messed up. Like, just don't. I think like there's comes to a point where yes, I understand where you're like, oh man, I should still be able to compete, which you should. You should still be able to compete,
Damn
but
right.
understand that you should never come out your mouth and say that you have, whether it's flag football or football, because at the end of the day, it's still football. The talent is still the same. There's no talent differential when it comes to flag football. What,
Mhm.
you get to move your
Yeah,
hips?
the value of like a big man, a big two, like Aaron Donald would be useless.
Well, yeah,
Players like that, those bigger, stronger players are
yeah,
useless. There's no need for those.
yeah. But
Get
then
best a Kyle Pitts or an athletic center like a Jason Kelsey
yeah.
or
But
like
this,
Chase Young.
for
They would
example,
be fine. Micah Parsons, but for the most part, nah.
yeah, because let me put it this way. Like, let's say you got a guy like Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
He blows Doucette out of the water.
Absolutely.
Patrick Mahomes,
Absolutely.
obviously. Jalen
Obvious.
Hurts, obviously. Lamar
Mm-hmm.
Jackson, obviously.
Obviously. Yes.
There is,
Josh Allen, obviously.
yeah,
Anthony Richardson, obviously. We
yes,
can keep going.
yeah. And these guys, you put them in a flag football, on a flag football, there is no difference because they can run the ball just as good as he think he can. And what, he can move your hips differently, weirdly. I'm pretty sure after like a week they can figure that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in a day you can figure that out. I see little kids that do that. So it's like, I'm trying to understand why they feel as though that this game is so hard, because it's not going to take very long for people who do this for a living and they do it at a
Right.
higher level. I don't understand how it could become any
Look at this
part.
form. Look at that glorious form. Did y'all see that? Look at that glorious form. Yeah, that's a high level form. That's pro. That's a pro throw right there. Y'all know I'm lying my ass off. That was terrible.
You know,
That would get you laughed off the field throwing like that. That's like you learn to throw better than that when you go into football camp, QB camp when you in middle school. You're going to be throwing better than that. Terrible. Terrible.
and this is another thing that was something that was said regarding him. It was like, and I hate to be an asshole about it, but somebody called him the Timu version of Colin Kaepernick. That was hilarious to me because you physically you could see that there is some bit of, you can somehow find some type of resemblance between the two. You can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious. But to say that is just hilarious. The Timu, he's not a dollar. They didn't call him a dollar store version. They didn't call him the Wish version. They didn't call him back alley version. They called him the Timu version. So it's just really
It's like
hilarious.
I get it, but I wouldn't have said Kaepernick. You hit it on the head earlier when you said Kyler Murray.
I
Like,
can't
to
stand
me,
it.
that's more of a comparative or Bryce Young, and that they're both tiny
Yeah,
quarterbacks of athleticism, but the arms ain't the strongest, the
yeah,
form ain't the best. Yeah, I'd put him more with them. That's, I mean, to say, like, to put him, to even compare him to Mahomes, Hurts, Jackson, Allen, whatever your top 5, top 10 is, that's insulting to the NFL quarterbacks,
yes,
really,
it
because
is.
there's levels to this shit, and he's not even on the level of Quinn Ewers at Texas. Like, that's the point. Like, he wouldn't even be good enough at 6 foot tall with that throwing motion to start a D1.
No,
So, like,
no,
he would not, his skill set would not fly in
no,
college football as a quarterback, period. Only in
no.
flag football would that work.
Yeah,
So, I
because
mean,
that windup is too long for one.
yeah, like, he's not that guy. That's the reason that any quarterback will walk in and take his spot, because he's just not that guy. Even though he's got accreditations and accomplishments and golds and all of that, he's not that guy. So it's probably a blessing in disguise that by the time the Olympics do roll around, he'll be out the door. We'll have somebody younger or fresher in. Maybe Justin Fields. I could go for that.
Yeah, you can see that.
Justin Fields, I mean, he'll be pretty up there, and he probably won't be in the league in 4 years, so he'll be looking for something to do. One of them UFL guys, I don't know, some receiver who has a decent throwing ability.
Mohamed Sanu.
I mean, y'all, if you're still in the game, you're still trying to find a way to be a part of the game, but the NFL ain't calling. You're like one of GQ's players. Maybe you should look into flag football.
Yep.
I mean, it looks fun. I wish it was around 15 years ago when I still had the athletic abilities, because that shit looks fun.
It would.
Yeah. Absolutely. So if you're looking for something to do, you still love the game, go try out flag football.
Yeah.
You might not tear a hamstring doing it.
Right. All right. I want to ask you, do you think the NFL players should represent the U.S. flag football team in this competition? The U.S. in the flag football competition. I feel like they should.
I'm outrageous.
Okay, Boulevard. My question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that NFL players should represent the U.S. in the flag football competition?
Oh, that would be a better use of the Pro Bowl. That'd be a way better use of the Pro Bowl. You could raise money for charities or some shit like St. Jude's or something in Hawaii, take it back to Hawaii. Because I'm sure most of the flag players ain't making it to Hawaii no time soon. So it'd be like a trip for them.
Yeah.
Hey, they get extra money for their cause, and they get to play against the pros and get beat by 60. Everybody wins. But yeah, I'd love to see that.
Actually,
I'd like to see the NFL commit a lot more to flag football, period. Maybe like how we talk about these little D leagues and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a flag. Maybe there could be some combination, some work together or something, some situation they could come together and figure out. NFL could sponsor it, could sponsor the flag football. There's nothing but opportunity there.
There's nothing but opportunity. That's actually brilliant. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Because and even with the guys that are already established in flag football, the U.S. flag football, I don't think we necessarily completely discard them from the game because the NFL players here. No. I think these guys, they did a great job building up what they've established with this, and you still give them the opportunity to represent. There are many ways, because here's the thing. If the league or the committees, the Olympic committee decides that the NFL players are going to represent the USA, or US decides that NFL players are going to be the guys, cool. I think don't go out and get former NFL coaches to be on the sideline. I think those USA flag football players should be the coaches on the sideline. I think these guys have enough knowledge in the game, enough knowledge in the sport that they could probably serve solid coaches in flag football. I think that them being coaches for flag football, I think it would be really good for them. It actually opens them up for new opportunities. So I think if they're not going to be the people on the field representing them, putting them on the sideline, coaching up, coaching up on flag, that would be
Coach
really
set sounds good. Coach Housh. Yeah.
Absolutely. Housh, you may not be the guy. You're not going to beat out Lamar. You're not going to beat out Kyler. You know it. You what? But guess what? You know this game better than they do.
Everybody agrees with you on that statement. Yeah.
Don't try to outplay these guys. Be a catalyst to uplifting the game, bringing it to a higher level. Because guess what happens? If you do a good job here, you may be able to see yourself getting some representation from the NFL. Like, let's say the NFL flag needs new representation. Guess what? The face of the USA flag team, Darrell Doucette, getting
it's
NFL.
the only name we know, so we already the face of the team.
So
he
the
the only name
NFL
we
is
know.
now backing you. So I think that's something he should do. That's something he should definitely consider coaching the flag. Because I don't see any reason why. You're not too old to do that. You're not going to be too old to do that. You're not going to be too young to do that. I mean, listen, there's plenty of opportunities, and I'm not going to sit there and say just because the NFL players come in and probably more athletic to do this, I think there's still a lot of room for you to shine.
All right, Bobby with 39 by the next Olympics. He don't need to be on the field at that age.
Yeah, because I know I wouldn't be.
Get your ass on the sideline and spread that knowledge.
So I got another one for you.
Yeah.
Would you like to see a game? NFL pros versus USA flag players in flag football to decide who represents the U.S. in flag football competition.
No, well, like I said earlier, if a U.S. team plays a flag football team, it's going to be a blowout. Like, I mean, even if it's in flag, it's going to be a blowout. Because they're superior athletes, bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
So it'll be a physical mismatch, especially considering the size and the skill level of the flag team. It's going to be a mismatch. I mean, the way Doucette throws, he's getting picked 3 out of every 5 passes against pro-level QBs because that arm is just the garbage.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, you got guys like Sauce back there.
Yeah, like you're not going to throw that shit in the air and expect it to land. Like, did you watch the clip that I posted of the gameplay, where it's like he's just throwing back shoulder corner throws and like the defender's reaching over here and the ball's over here? Like, yeah, that's not going to be happening.
Yeah.
Those balls are going to be getting snatched. Those weak-ass wobbly throws are going to be getting snatched out the air. So I'm not even knocking his skill. He's good at what he do. But as long as he's humble enough to realize that there's levels to this shit and he's not on that level.
Right.
I mean, you can't knock him for being confident about his skill. But at least he's got the good sense to know, like, I'm not like them. They not like us. Not gonna play the song because we'll get muted.
Yeah, right.
But y'all know the song. It's in your head right now.
Yeah, Boulevard's lost his mind. But we're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. But before we go, we have something for you guys. Because we're not done. We're not done by a long shot. We got something good for you guys. So we're going to take a quick ad break so you can see what we got for you.
Do you struggle with fantasy football? Did the player you needed get picked too high? Did you wait too long for a running back? Sucks to be you, doesn't it? But luckily for you, we are here to help. You need advice? We got that. You got questions? We win championships. If you want to be a winner, start acting like one and watch us. The FFA, coming soon.
Yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Boulevard and myself, we are joining a fantasy football syndicate. As you say, Boulevard has a championship ring to prove it.
Fantasy Football Avengers. We are here to save you from your own mistakes and show you how to get it done properly. You want to win? You follow the champions. We are the champions, my friend. So follow us. We'll lead you to the promised land. And you can get one of these.
I'm still mad because last year my team was phenomenal. I'm pretty
So
sure
you
I
had
only
a nice run until that collapsed. How you were the Eagles?
I lost like 2 games. I was the number 1 seed, and then
Yeah,
I
that
lost
was
in
a
the playoffs.
dramatic
I
ass
lost in the
drop
playoffs.
off.
That's what happened. I just lost in the playoffs
Mm.
and just couldn't
Hey, how it goes?
pick myself up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you
Lost
was
2.
running the table on everybody.
Yeah, I think I was 11-2.
Mm.
I ran the table, then like lost like 2
Mm.
games. I was pissed.
Only one can win.
Yeah,
So follow us. We'll get you there. We'll win.
we'll get
We
you
are
there.
winners.
So basically, what's next? We're gonna talk about the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Boulevards, you've had found out some new rules for coaches to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I probably saw it on Twitter earlier. Ari Melnop or somebody reported that now they're going to change the rules from now when a coach retires. Before it was 5 years to be inducted, now it'll be 1 year after their career ends. So Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick will be eligible to go in 2026 as opposed to like 2030 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. They're older, so they may not have less time. So, you want to get them in as fast as possible. But 1 year seems like way too fast for me. What do you think?
I agree. I think that these guys should be away from the game long enough to be like fully decided that I'm done,
Right.
because they're not going to be like, because it's not like they're going to say, oh, you got 1 year, get the Hall of Fame nod, Belichick. Let's say Belichick gets the Hall of Fame nod, and then he's just like, somebody calls him, hey, you want to come coach? And like with Joe Gibbs, I think like there's got to be a rule there.
For meal. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's got to be a rule to it. Like, oh, once you get in, you're done. You can't accept any new offers, because it doesn't. I don't know. It just didn't seem right.
No, like once you go in, that's just you saying, I'm done.
Yes.
I'm not coming back to coach again. I'm not going to play again. That's why their whole 5-year thing made sense. So you had time to reconsider. You couldn't be like Deion Sanders and be like, what was he out of football? Like 3 years, 4 seasons, and then decided to come back.
Yeah.
He would have been eligible in the season after to go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. He had to reset his rule.
Yeah.
Reset off.
Yeah, like I mean, if that was a coach, he would have been in the Hall of Fame for a couple seasons. Then, like, I want to come back and coach again. No. Once you're in the Hall of Fame, once you get the jacket, that's your retirement.
Yeah.
Like you retire, you're done. You've reached the pinnacle. There's no need for you to come back. Whatever you're feeling like, I still got that itch. Go coach high school.
Mm-hmm.
Then come back to the pros. You're not allowed. You're banned. You've done it all. You've done it all.
Right.
So, now it's time for the next person to earn that accolade, not you.
I agree there.
You're drinking milk and cookies. Wait. You're drinking
so
milk
Boulevard,
and
I understand you have some questions for me. We're going to close out with some questions. You're going to give me a questionnaire.
Okay. Since we were on the topic of Darryl Housh Doucette, I have a question for you. As a person who, senior year, junior year, high school, you were about 5'7", 146 or so, 150.
Yeah.
Do you think, you being slightly larger now, all filled out, grown, you think you could take his spot with a week's worth of training, 2 hours a day? Do you think that you could take Darryl Doucette's job?
I'll be realistic. No. And the reason why I say no is because I have very significant injuries from my time in the military. I am a disabled veteran. So if I wasn't disabled and I didn't have bad knees and I still...
Yeah, let's say you were actually healthy and took care of yourself.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So you ate right and exercised.
Yeah. Without a doubt. I'm kicking him out. I'm taking his job right off the bat.
That's the confidence I'm looking for right there. Yeah.
Without a doubt. You're not like, I'm willing to bet that I'm taking, like, if I'm still healthy, I'm willing to bet that I would, if I was healthy, I could step on the field at my own team and completely wipe the floor with those guys. And those guys are pretty talented. But
yes, I actually took a couple notes on that fact. I looked into some of them. So it'll come up as we go into this next part of it if we're still doing that.
Okay.
Like, are we still, like, I know we talked about it, like a flag football draft, where we find counterparts to the national team players.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the rule? There's 10 players, 11 starters, 5-on-5, or whatever. I don't really know the details, but there was 11 people on the team plus the alternates.
Okay.
So since Jalen Hurts is the ambassador, he automatically gets a spot. So we said 5 starters for each of us plus 3 alternates for each of us.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you shoot first. Why not?
Give me Lamar Jackson.
Okay. I lost the list. All right, there we go.
I'm going off the top of my brain.
All right, you say Lamar Jackson. I like that. Then I will say, give me Sauce. Okay, let me start over. Hurts and Doucette basically cancel each other out here. So you're saying Lamar Jackson, that would replace 2-time champion LaDerrick Smith. I forget what the hell his nickname is, but yeah, LaDerrick Smith.
Sure.
Okay. 5'8" quarterback. All right. So now next I would say for like a wide receiver rusher, I would say Kyle Pitts. Because he's a big target and he's big enough to effectively rush. He would replace Laval Davis of the AFFL Las Vegas Lucky Sevens. You're up.
Give me Sauce Gardner.
Okay. And which one, DBC or DBWR?
Give me my DBWR.
All right. Wait, Gardner's already here.
Yeah, you didn't pick him.
Okay, fine. Gardner. Okay, whatever. All right.
You got to pick your second pick.
Give me Tyreek.
Okay.
To replace Mike Daniels out of West Virginia.
Okay, give me PS2.
Who that? Oh, Surtain? Absolutely. I had him on my board replacing Isaiah Calhoun, 6'6" D-back / wide receiver. All right. Justin Jefferson to replace Jadion High, walk on at Texas Tech, who got 62 catches his senior year.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait,
some of these kids some of these are legit. Like you got a first teamer on here, like a first team Big South quarterback or wide receiver, whatever the fuck.
Wow.
Yeah. Some of y'all might even remember the name.
So we picked 3 people so far.
I guess so.
4th pick. Give me Michael Parsons.
Okay. All my picks are gone. You took them all. All right, I'll let you finish y'all. Go ahead and finish it out from here.
All right. So we're on this. This is our 8th person. I'm going athleticism all the way.
Okay.
Give me Xavier Worthy.
Ooh. Xavier Worthy at athlete to replace Belton Brown Jr., 2021 champion.
Absolutely.
I like it.
All right, now we're on 9th pick. Let's go with somebody who has some defensive skills. Kyle Hamilton.
All right. Kyle Hamilton will replace the one I was telling you about earlier. The dude's name is Jamie Kennedy. But he's not most wanted in Malibu. So I couldn't find much information under that name. So I went and said, hey, I'm going to go see if I can look under his government name. Look under his government name, which I assumed was James Kennedy, and found out, hey, James Kennedy is the real life radio. So I learned something today.
That's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And my final pick. Because I feel like I have to let my bias show. I'm going to go with AJ Brown.
Woo! I wish I had wrote most of that down.
We'll figure that out.
All right. So, yeah, was you keeping track?
I was not.
Okay.
The fans will do it for us.
All right. Parsons. Who else did you pick?
I forgot.
All right.
My brain don't
whatever.
work.
Y'all heard it. All right.
My brain don't work right. Any other questions you got for me?
Yes, absolutely. There's always more. Promise I have all my shit out of order. Okay. With the news that Nick Foles is coming back to retire an Eagle sometime in September, I believe. Should the Eagles retire Nick Foles' jersey number?
Honestly, absolutely. I don't see any reason why not. You can't give me a reason why not to retire Nick Foles. Yeah, he didn't do a lot, but he gave you a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no loss.
He gave you a Super Bowl. And it's not like he wasn't good in Philadelphia. He did enough.
Yes.
For me to just be like, you know what? Like, this guy is forever going to be remembered as a Philadelphia Eagle. Like, you're not going to remember Nick Foles in Jacksonville, Kansas City, Indianapolis. You're not going to remember him there. You'll always remember him in Philadelphia. Whenever you think of the name Nick Foles, you're going to think Philly.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Philly
why
hero. He's a Philadelphia hero.
Yes, he's a Philadelphia hero. And he'll always be that. And yeah, absolutely. I'd retire him for number 9. I'd retire that number 9 for him. Absolutely. And, you know, some people are saying don't retire him, his number, because he's got the statue. That means absolutely nothing. Because,
it means nothing.
Yeah, that statue means nothing because if you actually think about it, Doug Peterson is on the statue as well.
Yes.
And I'm not very happy with Doug Peterson right now. Yes, he gave us a Super Bowl, but Nick Foles. That's all I got to say about that.
Yes, Nick Foles. Give him a statue. Give him a jersey. Give him a key to the city. He got us a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Wentz didn't do it. McNabb didn't do it. Jaws didn't do it. Vic didn't do it. But BDN did it.
BDN did it.
For that reason, and the fact that most of the city's probably in agreement, I'm sure. I don't understand this thought that he has a statue so he doesn't deserve to be retired. Like, no one should wear that jersey again.
Absolutely. They shouldn't.
He achieved the highest honor.
Because
it wasn't ever achieved.
Because here's my thing. Like, because for the same reason that nobody will ever wear 25 again, the same reason that no one will ever wear 12 again, the same reason that no one will you probably won't see 91 for a long time.
Right.
You probably won't see 62 for a while.
Won't see 92.
You won't. Yeah. But it's like that's the reason. Like, you retire those people, and I wouldn't be surprised at the end of this year that the conversation of 55 to be retired.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cox should be up there. Brandon Graham should be up there. Kelsey obviously should be up there. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm totally in agreement on that. I put a poll up on the YouTube page, so if any of y'all listening Go ahead, stop by the YouTube page, check out some of the polls. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
They're desperate for your attention. So we'll love them. Love them hard and love them deep. Next question is more about the new acquisition and the good news, everyone. Jahan Dotson to the Eagles. Is he the number 3? Is this enough?
Jahan Dotson adds something. He adds something, but for one thing, he's got a negative to him, and that is that he doesn't know the offense. He does not know the offense. I doubt he's going to understand and learn the system that fast. But he has the advantage because nobody really knows that system just about yet. Everybody's learning the system. But I think, yes, he could potentially come in and take that number 3 spot, but I don't think he will. And there's the reason why. Because you still have Paris Campbell. You still have Johnny Wilson. And I think those two are going to be you guys. And I wouldn't necessarily rule out Enos Smith. But if they do decide to let those guys go, I think you have something where you can really rotate that number 3 receiver spot based on situations. So I think there's like a big advantage for us when it comes to having Jahan Dotson, because you can go in different situations and with a different receiver, and he'll add something. So
what is going on with this damn thing?
I think we benefit on all areas when it comes to Jahan.
Okay.
So I think I wouldn't 100% say anybody is the for sure number 3. I say just rotate. Somebody will break through.
Right. Somebody has to claim it claim the spot. I mean, if nobody steps up enough to claim it, then nobody wants it bad enough. Then it's back to the drawing board. I did a poll on the Hit the Bench page. It does not, I can't see how many people actually responded, but it was universally 100% for Jahan Dotson against Paris Campbell, Johnny Wilson, Britton Covey, John Ross.
I forgot about John Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think an Enos Smith will probably spend a year on the practice squad, may even get picked up by another team.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
he's not showing anything.
I hope not, but he's, like you said, he ain't showing. If he ain't going to step up and lay claim to at least a spot on the team, but you got to show enough to, they drafted you fairly high.
Yeah.
First 100 picks or so, 120 picks.
I think his problem is that he's not doing enough to outshine Britton Covey and John Ross, because I think those two were his competition. And the fact that John Ross isn't showing enough for that, they went out and got Jahan Dotson.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the issue is, because the fact of the matter is, Paris Campbell didn't have anything to worry about. If Paris Campbell had anything to worry about, it was Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson being the amazing mismatch guy, he had nothing to worry about. He was he had to really be bad in order to not make this team.
Yeah.
Because being that size, you're automatically a mismatch. So I think all he had to do, in order for him to not make the team, he had to come out and be a bum. He had to be, and he did not do that. He came out and showed that he had
potential possibilities in the offensive coordinator's mind are enough to keep Wilson around.
Yeah.
It's like, what I could do with this guy, all the possibilities. I mean, he may not pan out at all. Who knows? But
they're not going to take the chance and not.
Right.
It's
either receiver might pan out. Hell.
It's kind of like Jordan Mailata. They didn't know what he was going to do, but
Yeah.
They figured it out.
Right. But he had a mastermind to help him.
Yeah. So
Kellen Moore, the ball's still, the jury's still out on Kellen Moore.
So if he manages to make something magical with Johnny Wilson, would you say that Kellen is probably a guru?
I'd say somebody is a guru to get top production out of Johnny Wilson, to develop him into a top weapon. Yeah, somebody is.
It ain't gonna be Aaron Moorhead. I'll say that. That dude should have been fired, but
that is who would get the credit, though.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be highly upset because AJ Brown and Devontae Smith has saved this man's job for like 2 years.
Yeah, because we're still waiting on Britton Covey.
Yeah,
and that should have been like one of his priorities was developing Britton Covey. It's been a couple of years now, so
yeah, absolutely. All right. Any other questions you got for me?
Yes. Does Dotson going to the Eagles make Ayuk more likely to go to Washington?
I don't think so.
Oh, interesting.
But there is an option. There is something there because of the trade, the picks that they got for Dotson, they may add to the package for Ayuk. So that does open it up for him. So yeah, I actually take my comment back. Maybe that is something that kind of seals the deal for Washington, gives San Fran a little bit more that they feel in compensation for Ayuk. But
San Fran wants a lot.
Yeah. But I also don't think Ayuk leaves San Fran. I think the chase for a ring is that much more compelling for Ayuk than to go to Washington and probably to go anywhere and not compete. I don't think he goes to Washington and competes. I don't think that happens this year.
See, I feel like he would be the one that pushed Washington's offense over the top. Because it feels like with Daniels being a rookie, now's the time to load him up with weapons. And with Terry and the running back, Robinson, they've got something. So
and they also got Edward too.
Yeah, another strong piece like Ayuk would definitely push them into contention.
It does
for a wild card, more so than not a division title. No, they're miles away from a division title, but they could be up there with New Atlanta or whatever New Orleans is going to be, whatever Dallas is going to be. They're about that level, mid-tier. If they add Ayuk, they're closer to the top, but still nowhere near the top. But
so, do you think them adding Ayuk? Do you think they immediately surpass what Dallas has?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that changes everything.
Yes.
Because if they
not
come
defensively, no, but offense, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Hell, I'd almost say they have more now than Dallas does. Because what does Dallas really have beyond CD?
And on defense, what do they really have besides Micah and the two corners?
Right.
So, all right. Anything else before we knock this shit out of the park?
Could Spencer Rattler finish this season as the starter? Could Derek Carr finish the season on another team?
Absolutely. I think Spencer Rattler is actually going to start the season as the starter in New Orleans. I think after this week, you will start hearing the rumblings about Derek Carr in Minnesota. And the reason why I say that is because
Derek Carr, I like that. I like that.
They need somebody that can produce for them now and not in the future. Because they already got their quarterback of the future.
They have the quarterback of the future.
So
they have a
quarterback right now,
ready to win now receiver. Yes. So they need somebody in there now.
So I think this is New Orleans is definitely rebuilding, whether or not people want to believe it or not. I wouldn't say rebuilding, but they're building.
They need to start rebuilding.
Yeah, I think they already started their rebuild.
Mhm.
They just didn't. They probably were in denial about it. They need to let Kamara go, trade him, or let him go.
Let him go. Let him go find a team.
Yeah, but yeah. Spencer Rattler will be starting by the end of the season.
Okay. So and you got Derek Carr going to Minnesota, probably. I
Yes.
like that. I like that. I couldn't think of too many other options for him. Okay, other question. He's got 30 touchdowns for Bo Nix since he's been named the starter in Denver. You get the 30.
No.
Does he surpass Russell Wilson's numbers, whatever they were? Is he a better quarterback for Denver than Russ Wilson was?
Absolutely not.
So no,
Not now. Not now.
No let Bo cook.
I see Bo Nix maybe getting 17 touchdowns this year.
Woo!
The only reason why,
Y'all heard it first. Y'all winning 4 games this year, Denver. Good shit.
Because I don't think they have enough offensively to really for Bo Nix to confidently perform. I don't think he can perform effectively with a receiver that's like hasn't really done a lot in a long time. And Sutton's just not who we thought. He's not who he used to be. He's not that guy. Maybe he's put up some numbers, but he's not going to be able to do it alone. So, and I just don't have it, and I have no confidence whatsoever in that Denver defense.
I have faith in Jaleel McLaughlin, kind of, sort of, but not, somewhat, to get some numbers this year. But that's about it. I don't expect much out of Denver, so. Bo Nix, yeah, Denver ain't winning more than 5 games this year, so. That's that. I am out of questions, but I would love to see that video one more time, and I'm sure everyone else would too. Run that shit, yo.
Yeah, somebody's yelling. I'm hearing doors slamming.
I'm all right. I'm going to run this back because I need to see this again. It's so pro.
Do you struggle with fantasy football? Did the player you needed get picked too high? Did you wait too long for a running back? Sucks to be you, doesn't it? But luckily for you, we are here to help. You need advice? We got that. You got questions? We win championships. If you want to be a winner, start acting like one and watch us. The FFA, coming soon.
And to that, ladies and gentlemen, I say this. We can't all be starters. But Boulevard can tell you better than no one else can what exactly you can do.
I got 3 words for you. Hit the bench.
Oh, shit.